Hi, I'm Diane. Thanks for joining us for our virtual MLK Day of Service. In a moment, you're going to see a short video that honors the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and explains why we celebrate his legacy through acts of service. Following that will be your how-to video of your chosen virtual service project. But I do have a favor. As you and your family work through your service project, could you snap a few pictures? We'd love to have you share them on social media with the national hashtag MLK Day, maybe even tag the United Way of Genesee County. On the screen now, you should see my name and my email address. I do ask that you send me how many people participated, how long did it take, how many items did you make. These metrics help us to continue to provide more opportunities through Genesee Serves. Again, thank you for joining us on this wonderful occasion of celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be your servant. That's a new definition of greatness. By giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great. Because everybody can serve.
I was one of 4 6-year-old children, girls, to integrate the public school system here in New Orleans in 1960. When I look at the Norman Rockwell painting and I see myself, I always say that the lesson I took away was a lesson that Dr. King tried to teach all of us. And that was that we should never look at a person and judge them by the color of their skin. I crossed a picket line, a mob every day for a whole year. There was a woman there to greet me. She did everything she could to make my day fun. She not only taught me, but she read stories to me. We played games. I knew that if I got past the mob and inside of the building, I was going to have a great day. And it was because of her. So she showed me her heart. And I began to realize that there was no way she was like the people outside. I couldn't judge her the same way. And so I believe at that moment, I learned the lesson that Dr. King died trying to teach us.
My father said an individual has not started to live until he or she can rise above the narrow confines of his or her individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of humanity. He would certainly applaud the fact that our nation has set aside a day where we can become more other-centered rather than self-centered and really focus on the broader concerns of humanity, because that's really the person that he was and the way that he lived. Nothing's insignificant. As you're celebrating the King Day, remember you are important, you're significant, and you have something that you can offer to make humanity a better place.
Today we are going to talk about laundry soap. So we're using that at places like Catholic Charities, different shelters, they're giving that out. There are some, even one of the high schools that has washer and dryers for kids that maybe don't have that at home. So we give those bags out to them to use. So you might have these items around your house, you might have to pick some up, but we're gonna go over it today so that you know what that looks like. What you're gonna need is some laundry booster soap like Arm & Hammer. This is one of the best ones to get, not too expensive. You're gonna need a box of Borax, and you're gonna need Fels-Naptha soap. These all can be found at Meijer, at the local grocery store. I found them at Menards, so just take a look around. Some household items that you'll need to make it happen. You'll need a mixing bowl to put it all in. You'll need a grater because we are gonna grate up this bar of soap. I grabbed a paper plate because it's easiest to grade that soap onto there. And then you're gonna need some Ziploc bags to put the finished product in. And then I have a Sharpie because we're gonna mark on this bag. And so when you are all done, you are looking at a finished bag of soap like this that gets used for those in need. All right, so let's start with grating that soap. The shorter side, the smaller side, I guess you'd say. And I'm gonna sit and grade that up. We've had kids that do this. Yes, you do need to be a little bit careful because it is a grater. Maybe let them start with the big part of the soap. You can see that's making it nice and fine, just like that. We have had people use a little bit bigger side on this side. That will work too. You just don't want to use that big cheese side, right? This is a great booster. And that's why we're adding it to the soap. If you're not using this at home, it's great for stains. All right, and so now that we have that all grated, we also need, we talked about that borax. We're gonna take 1 cup. So just a measuring cup you got around the house. Might be a little chunky, that happens. I'm just gonna break it up a little bit. I'm gonna get about 1 cup in there. So we've got our full bar of Fels-Naptha soap. We've got a cup of borax, and then we're also gonna do a cup of the Arm & Hammer, the laundry soap booster. That's again gonna be 1 cup. Just like that. So we have all our product. We're going to take a bowl. We're going to throw it all in there together. And then once that's all in there, you're just going to take a spoon and we're gonna take and mix that all together really good. We're gonna get those lumps out of there if you have any from the soap or the booster, the borax. And we just mix it up. The kids love to do this part. Just remind them we're not baking and we're not taking any samples, that this is gonna be to clean their clothes up. So we now have it all mixed up. We're gonna ask that you put them just in a Ziploc bag. This is what we use. Grab a Sharpie if you have it. It's going to be great if you could mark on here. So you'll see they're going to mark on here like we have on here. We're going to put use 1/4 of a cup per load. Also, if you can put on there your ingredients. So borax, Arm & Hammer, booster, and Fels-Naptha soap. This is just so when Catholic Charities has it, it has on there if anybody has any allergies, those kind of things, right? They want to know what they're getting. So then you'll just take what you have in there, put it in the bag. That simple. And if you're looking for another project, remember to check out Genesee Serves. Whether you want to do a project at home, virtually, or be out in community, Genesee Serves is the place to look. It's not just a place to volunteer for United Way, but we have listings for all the agencies in the area. That's something that we try to use as a one-place kind of shopping for you to find your perfect volunteer opportunity. So check it out today at www.geneseeserves.org.